How to write 5 weeks of content in 2 hours. Hi, I'm Paul Higgins, and I'm about to go on an amazing trip with my wife to Italy. And I promised my team that I would deliver all the content over that 5 weeks before I left. And I kept putting it off. And what I want to show you is a way that I created in 2 hours to hopefully help you with your content generation. The main platforms that I use is I've got a podcast called the Paul Higgins Mentoring Show, and I also post on LinkedIn, and I've got a newsletter that goes out weekly. So they're the key assets. So what I'll do is just firstly show you the output, which is the Grammarly is what I use. So my team set up all the dates for me to write. So you can see an example here as I've got a newsletter, which is a headline, the details. Now I've left them to write some of the details in here, but then I've got a playbook, a few words for me, etc. Right? So that's just an example. And then I'll show you an example of a post. So then I wrote the post in here. This is the detail. Then I've got some actions for my team to do, right? So that's what I did over the 2 hours, was basically put all my inputs into there. But what I used is three different versions of three different versions of AI to get there, right? So firstly, what I did was I gave a prompt to Claude. So this is Claude.ai, which I use for most of my content. So you can read this. You're a LinkedIn expert, blah blah blah. And then what I did was gave me a 500-word draft, right? And to be honest, it was okay, but I said I wanted to reduce it, and I wanted the podcast title to be called this. So then it went and recreated that. And then I also asked what the top hashtags were. Now, I didn't like the answer that Claude gave me here, so I went across to here, and I just asked another tool called Perplexity. I'm just using the free version. I'm actually using the free version of Claude. I basically got asked about hashtags, then I sort of asked about more things, etc. So I went down a bit of a rabbit hole to get the right hashtags. So that was with Claude. So there's that. And then I wrote another one. So I said, okay, I want to write another one. So I actually had written a little bit of this content myself. I'd uploaded the photo of my son who's about to go on an amazing trip to Europe. And then once again, it came back, wrote it for me. I asked for some relevant hashtags. Then I did another one where I asked it around who are the business champions, etc. Now, at no point here did I just copy paste, right? What I did was took it, I basically improved it a bit in Grammarly, and then I put it back in to improve it. And then I just wrote a series of posts here, basically said, the client came back with this version. So I put that in, and then it came up with another version, etc. And I just kept writing post after post using the same prompt that I used at the top, hoping that it would get smarter as I went through. So that's what I did for Claude. For ChatGPT, I did a similar thing, but what I did was I took another prompt here, which was, the world's best video for YouTube, and I want you to create a LinkedIn post using a YouTube channel. So I uploaded the channel. It wrote the post here. I didn't like some of it, so I asked it to change it a bit, improve the client suggestion, all the video needs to trans. So I sort of just went back and forth on this, and once again, the end product wasn't what came out of ChatGPT. It was what went into what I used in Grammarly. And then I just kept asking it for more. Here's another one. This is his story. He wants to use it as an example to build rapport, write a punchy 200-word post. Once again, did it and then put it in. So the end post in Grammarly is certainly more my words than what ChatGPT is in this case, but it's helping me extensively to write and just break the back of it. It gave me some great ideas that I hadn't thought of, and it just helped me to do it. And then, like I said, Perplexity helped not just on that, but it also, in here, I also looked at some other things like I looked at different polls, different things. So I effectively used 3 different formats to come up with my 5 weeks worth of content in about 2 hours it took me. Now, readily, I write normally 3 posts and a newsletter in about 45 minutes every Monday. So I've got pretty good at the prompts and pretty good at the process. But I just wanted to give you an insight. So if you're really struggling with content, I think this is a good way to do it. What I also do for some of my clients is they use this process, they put it into a document down the left-hand side, their version, and then I tweak it based on what I think is best practice on the right-hand side. So that really helps them. If you want a deeper insight, understand more, please reach out to me at paul@paulhigginsmentoring.com, and you can also find out more on my YouTube channel, which is Paul Higgins Mentoring. Thank you.